Hi guys, I'm here with some more BIUST students, and I want to hear more about who they are. So what's your name?
My name is Sakilen Lovu. I'm an energy engineering student. I'm also a Mandela Washington Fellow and really inspired to innovate in Botswana.
Okay.
I'm Tabu Malete. I am a mechatronics undergrad. I mostly uh, work in the areas of machine learning. Apply machine learning to problems that we have in Botswana, and some of the problems I've worked on is actually source classification. So
Okay.
we're
Okay.
applying machine learning to the astronomy problems. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So what has your experience been so far, like with Indigenous Cultural Astronomy Camping Night?
Well, I guess for me, that would be relating what we currently know, or the 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 the, the, the Western knowledge, as you can say, pertaining mostly to astronomy, has related to what we know as Botswana net culturally. I guess that is a really good way that we got to relate what we learn to
Okay.
what we our ancestors have
Good.
always known. Yeah.
Good. Good.
Yeah, I think for me, it showed me that astronomy is a facet of knowledge that we have never really tapped into in terms of our cultural context. We have got to appreciate and learn how much knowledge could really transform how we look and view the world.
Okay.
Things that we used to view as folk tales and things that have really changed and shaped our culture have become so entrenched in society that we do not know that it began from astronomical knowledge. And it makes me think and wonder about a world that actually allows us to use and utilize astronomy knowledge. And for me, it has made me really look into a possibility of exploring how far astronomy and the knowledge of the skies and the stars could really benefit ourselves. As we've seen that even in cultures and cultural dynamics, it has been a very useful
Okay.
asset.
All right. So Tabo, as a research leader in your space, like, what do you think, like, of the indigenous cultural astronomy, like, experience? Like, how will it help you? Like, how will it add value to your career?
Machine learning engineers, what we mostly work with is data. Like
Yes.
and a large part of that is actually not just algorithms, it's actually coming up with the source material to work on,
Good.
coming up with data that we can use in our systems, and data that which also can be useful to not just research purposes but for native purposes also,
Okay.
for the daily living of especially our native African tribes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
so getting to know how our astronomy relates to our cultural beliefs helps us build models that relate
Okay.
to
Okay.
the native
So,
culture.
so
Yeah.
you're saying, in other words, that this training will help you actually open your mind about asking the right questions with regards to
Yes.
data
And
science
then
and
to
investigating your data set.
to amplify that, I mean, as a person that is in the social space or that's really concerned with the social dynamic that innovation brings, data gives us the unique standpoint to actually give us the value to invest in endeavors of technology development, which are rather expensive. And you've seen that when we get to know what people really need and actually get to explore the dynamics of our culture, we get to understand how exactly that our astronomy could really fit into the social strata itself.
Okay.
And so, as a economy that's in transition,
Yeah.
Botswana, that I love so much, as it's in transition from a knowledge base to, from a resource base to a knowledge base,
Yeah.
facets of data and knowledge are really important in actually shaping the way engineers themselves design systems that should tap into the huge talent that we have around here. And the University of Botswana Science and Technology was built solely for the purpose of us to really tap into the vast treasures that knowledge has to bring for our world.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And WiS, what it did is it took a facet of knowledge that we took so lightly, is the study of the stars, the sky, the sun, and it just showed us how much that, or knowing or taking an interest in that, could really shape how we view the country and where we could go in terms of how much we could build with, in terms of our culture and understanding what is really happening, but also in terms of looking forward into the future have the people that have the indigenous knowledge and people that have technical knowledge, and how the synergy between that is actually the future of astronomy in Botswana.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm sure you guys are aware of Dara and the SKA, but I want to know, like, what are your future plans with regards to those two organizations going forward after an event like this?
I myself am a Mandela Washington Fellow that is really inspired to build innovation that is fit for development.
Yeah.
And knowing and finding a crate of people who are strong in the approach like this gives me hope to say this is a facet in which a lot of young people themselves will be employed to actually learn and actually be agents of change in our society,
Correct.
as well as inspire more technology developers who are younger than us themselves to get an interest in space science technology, because it is shaping how much we know, as much as it's a good data source for forensics, a good data source for metrology, a good even for us energy engineers. As much as we study the stars, we hope that we could actually create some type of energy source that's beautiful like that.
Okay.
So if that knowledge became basic amongst us, we are talking about a real transformation in how the youth of Botswana really engage in international development.
So, Thabo, what would you say would be your value proposition after this kind of event to like Dara or the SKA, briefly?
Well, it's obviously my value would be that it's basically, I think, is the after effects of Dara and the after effects of projects like this. Yes, we will have an incredible network of researchers and data and impeccable platform for us to analyze huge amounts of data from our sky. But I'm more interested in the after effects of this, because we're going to have like individuals with a high level of knowledge. Knowledge which will impact the lives of every single person in Africa. And that's what I'm really excited about, because we're already seeing the effects of Africans starting to learn how to use these tools that are used in astronomy, and that are spilling out not just to astronomy problems, but to problems in food security, problems in climate change awareness, and weather modeling for good, basically for very vulnerable communities in Africa. I'm more excited about that thing.
All right. No, guys, thank you for your time. And research leader, innovation leader, energy mechatronics. All I think about is Tesla. Now, thank you for your time, guys. Thank you for your time, for your